स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददामि स्वपदान्तिकं नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिने नमः नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे शेषाशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशधारि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, nectar of instruction by Srila Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami have written these instructions. How many instructions are there in NOI totally?
9.
No?
11.
11, very good. So, there are 11 chapters, that means 11 verses. So, there are 11. Okay. Yes, so there are 11 verses. So these are the instructions written by Sri Rupa Goswami to Jiva Goswami. Why? Dikshit Prabhu, you know, why he wrote this?
Mataji, once there was a person who was good in debate and all such kind of thing. He defeated many personalities.
What is his name, you know?
No, Mataji.
He was Digvijay Pandit. Okay, then? Yeah, you're right. Then what happened?
Then once he approached Rupa Goswami, and Rupa Goswami told that I don't have time to do debate with you, so yeah, you can declare that you were the winner in this argument. So that personality, he went and he said all over that he defeated Rupa Goswami in argument. And Jiva Goswami, who was relation to the Rupa Goswami. So Jiva Goswami was actually a relation for Rupa Goswami. So
What
Jiva
was
Goswami was.
Does anyone know what was their relation between Rupa Goswami and Jiva Goswami? There is a relationship. Who is who? Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami are brothers, right? So elder brother is Sanatana Goswami, his younger brother is Rupa Goswami. They had one more brother called Anupam or Vallabha. His son was Jiva Goswami. So Rupa Goswami becomes the uncle of Jiva Goswami, okay? Jiva Goswami is the niece. Okay, then yes, Prabhu, continue.
Then Jiva Goswami went and tried arguing with that person, and then ultimately Jiva Goswami won. When Jiva Goswami told this to Rupa Goswami, he became very angry because debate all that is not that important, and we have to concentrate on our devotional service. So you did a mistake. So you have to leave Vrindavan and you have to go to Mathura and do Madhukari. They will have to beg every household and they will have to eat. So for Goswami's leaving Vrindavan was a highly difficult job and they could not do it. And so Jiva Goswami went to Mathura, and then a series of 11 scripts written by Rupa Goswami reached Jiva Goswami. Those 11 scripts was ultimately termed as the Upadeshamrita.
Very good. So Upadesha Amrita, like it was an Upadesha or instruction that is given to Jiva Goswami by Srila Rupa Goswami. So as Prabhu said, yes, as a Vaishnava, he didn't have to waste his time debating for 7 days. 7 days were very precious for a Vaishnava. So Rupa Goswami, why did you do that? Why did you even argue with Digvijay Pandit, who is so knowledge and everything? Now, sometimes it happens like some puffed up person comes to you to check your knowledge and he says that, no, Krishna, God doesn't have a form and that, and this, and so many things. Will you waste your time talking to such people? Because whatever you say, they're not going to agree. Okay, you try to debate for might be 1 day, but not 7 days. So Rupa Goswami was very upset, thinking that his niece, Jiva Goswami, who was getting trained under him, was his disciple. He was like kind of wasting his time with this Digvijay Pandit, and Rupa Goswami became so angry in the sense why he was wasting his time. So he sent him to Mathura. He told him not to stay in Vrindavan, went to Mathura, and he was doing Madhukari and all that, as Prabhu said. And then he sent some letters, like of instructions. He was guiding Jiva Goswami through 11 letters. These 11 letters, Jiva Goswami compiled and made a book that is called Upadesha Amrita, that is nectar of instruction. So it has 11 verses, 11 sessions. Okay, so we'll see the overview of Upadeshamrita. What is it about? So we'll see who Rupa Goswami is, the significance of following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is it? Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadandi Swapatam. So Rupa Goswami is following the instructions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and we are called as what? The Gaudiya Vaishnavas are called as? Because we follow Rupa Goswami, we are called as?
Rupanugas.
Raganuga.
Rupanugas. Rupanugas. Yes, we are Raganuga Bhaktas, but we are called Rupanugas because Anuga means follow, and we following Rupa Goswami. So you go to Vrindavan Institute of Higher Education, VIHU, they have a big picture of Sri Rupa Goswami. That's their logo because they are Rupa Goswami. Even though Sanatana Goswami is the eldest, it's Rupa Goswami who actually reached Vrindavan first and got instructions from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and wrote Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Upadeshamrita and all that. So for us, Rupa Goswami is the pioneer. Okay, and we also see Srila Prabhupada's purpose and intent in presenting nectar of instruction. These instructions are not for Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is a manjari. It's for us. Like Bhagavad Gita was not for Arjuna. Arjuna is Vishaka Saki, not for him, but it's for us. So similarly, Prabhupada compiled this for devotees, like practicing devotees, so that we follow this instructions. And we'll also see the overview. Okay. And also Prabhupada says advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. We'll discuss more on that. Next session will be on understanding the 6 types of urges of the body. That is the first verse. First 4 verses have to be memorized in NOI. Vacho Vegam Manasa Krodho Vegam. And the second is Atyahara Prayasasya. Then Ulsaha Nishya Dairya. And Dadadi Pratigradadi. So first 4 verses, okay, has to be memorized. A very, very important verses for preaching aspect. Okay, then we'll see that and importance of controlling the urges. Okay, we'll go one by one. So significance of following Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is, this is the pranam mantra for Sri Rupa Goswami. Okay, Rupa Goswami's pranam mantra is Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Tadandi Swakatandigam. Sri Chaitanya Mano Apishtam. Like Rupa Goswami is the one who established within this material world the mission of the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire was what? What was the desire? What is Mahaprabhu's desire?
For everybody to chant Hare Krishna mantra.
Yeah, Prithiviti Ajiyadre Nagaradakram, Sarvatra Prajai Hoy Moranam. So that was the desire of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that every town and village his holy name should be spread. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire, and that was fulfilled by Rupa Goswami because he told these Goswamis to go to Vrindavan, excavate the pastime places of Krishna, Radharani and Krishna, and to write so many books on Vaishnava literature, to establish deity worship and all that. So all the desires of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally didn't do that. He sent the Goswamis to do that. So that's why he is very important, this Rupa Goswami. And Swayameva, what is it? Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadandi Swapatandikam. When will Rupa Goswami give me shelter under his lotus feet? So Prabhupada says that whenever you're given any task, like might be to take a class or to cook for the deities, dress the deities, something, some service, kirtan, something is given, you will feel that sometimes I'm not qualified to do it, or I don't have that enough courage to do that. Sometimes you'll be cooking for the deities and you'll feel like, oh, am I adding the salt properly or that, this. But finally, when the dish comes out and then it's offered to the Lord and comes back as prasadam, all the devotees are happy with it because everything is correct. That's all Radharani's mercy. She is cooking for Krishna. We are just an instrument. So Prabhupada says, when you feel that insecurity that you're not able to do the service, you have to chant 2 mantras. One is Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalaya, because we are invoking the mercy of our Guru, our Diksha Guru and Prabhupada. The second is this mantra, Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahyam Tadandi Swapatami, praying to Rupa Goswami, because it's Rupa Goswami who actually gave mercy to our Prabhupada. Prabhupada used to sweep Rupa Goswami Samadhi in Radha Damodar temple early morning, 2 o'clock, 2:30 a.m., crying and weeping. He used to sweep the Samadhi Mandir of Rupa Goswami, asking for help to preach, empower him. So it's Rupa Goswami, definitely, who helped even Rupa Goswami appeared to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada could translate his books. Not possible for a normal person. Like, so he's been blessed or he's empowered, Srila Prabhupada. So it's Rupa Goswami's mercy. So we also need that. So that's why we should chant this pranam. Okay. Okay. And also it is said, the Lord being anxious to revive the Vrindavan pastime of Lord Krishna impregnated the heart of Rupa Goswami with spiritual potency. By this potency, Srila Rupa Goswami could revive the activities of Krishna in Vrindavan, activities almost lost to memory. In this way, he spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Actually, Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, no, it was just a paddy field kind of thing. It was fully covered and there was some grass, some paddies growing. And when Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went on his Vrindavan tour, he sat near that Radha Kund and Shyam Kund and he started chanting. And there was ecstasy. And he could, because he's Krishna and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nahi Anya, he's not different from Radha Krishna. He knew that that was Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. So beautiful pastime happened. So he called Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. And the Goswamis also sat in that place and chanted. They are Manjaris. They were there when Radha Krishna did the Leela, and they also understood and they excavated that place. They told the villagers to dig that place and they saw Radha Kund and Shyam Kund there. So like that. So all the Vrindavan pastime places, all were revealed to us because of the Goswamis. By entering the heart of Rupa Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered him to ascertain properly the conclusion of all truth. Like Brahma is a secondary creator. Who gave the power for Brahma to do creation?
Krishna.
How? How did Krishna give him? Like, what did Krishna tell him to do? When Brahma was created and Brahma saw there was no one else around, what did...
With sound, he said, tapa, tapa, tapa.
Yeah, he heard that sound, no? Tapa. And then how did he get that knowledge?
It was
yes, he was told to do tapa and he did tapasya, but from where did he get that knowledge to do creation? Like, how did Krishna give him that knowledge? By?
It was impregnated into his heart.
Heart. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kave Mukhyanti Yat Suraya. Bhagavatam says, Tene Brahma Hridaya. So he impregnated into the heart of Brahma all these things. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entered the heart of Rupa Goswami and empowered him to ascertain properly the conclusion of all truth. He made him an experienced devotee whose decision correctly agreed with the verdicts of the disciplic succession. The Sri Rupa Goswami was personally empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's called Shakti Aveshavatar, being empowered. Like Narad Muni is being Shakti Aveshavatar. So this Upadeshamrita is a very small book. It looks very small, no? Just few pages. But it's very, very important book, or it has a lot of deep things in it, which is very difficult to digest. So unless you read them, you have to keep reading it again and again. So indeed, Sri Rupa Goswami, whose dear friend was Swarup Damodar, was exact replica of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he was very, very dear to the Lord. Being the embodiment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic love, Rupa Goswami was naturally very beautiful. He very carefully followed the principles enunciated by the Lord, and he was a competent person to explain properly the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expanded his mercy to Sri Rupa Goswami just so he could render service by writing transcendental literature. Okay, so this is one reason why Rupa Goswami got angry on Jiva Goswami, because they had a lot of things to do. They had so many books to write, and Jiva Goswami was a great scholar. So being the niece of Rupa Goswami, he was helping him to translate the books and write. So Rupa Goswami, you have a lot of work. Why did you waste your time going debating to somebody who's puffed up, like Digvijay Pandit? So that was one of the reasons he got angry. That was transcendent like that. So in Gaura Gunadesha Deepika, that's a book, Sri Rupa Goswami is described to be the gopi named Sri Rupa Manjari. Bhakti Rasamrita is the most celebrated book of Sri Rupa Goswami. So it's a Rupa Manjari. So we are so fortunate, no? We are Rupa Anidas. We are directly following the Manjaris. Look at our Parampara. Look at our Sampradaya. How so fortunate we are following Rupa Goswami. So it's the Rupa Manjari. Sanatana Goswami is Rati Manjari. Even Jiva Goswami is a Manjari. So the Manjaris have come down when Radha Krishna came in combined form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay. So this is a very important verse. This is a pranam mantra of Rupa Goswami again. Priya Swarupe, Daita Swarupe, Prema Swarupe, Sahaja Virupe, Nijanurupe, Prapureka Rupe, Tadana Rupe, Swavilasa Rupe. Priya Swarupe. So Sri Rupa Goswami, who is a dear friend of Swarup Damodar. And Daita Swarupe is the exact replica of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Prema Swarupe is very, very dear to the Lord, being embodiment of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's ecstatic love. Rupa Goswami was naturally very beautiful, and he was very carefully followed the principles enunciated by the Lord, and he was competent person to explain properly the pastimes of Lord Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expanded his mercy to Sri Rupa Goswami just so he could render service by writing transcendental literature. Priya Swarup is very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he's a friend of Swarup Goswami, Swarup Damodar Goswami, and he's been empowered by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so that he can write transcendental literature. And we are all studying it, no? Bhakti Rasamrita, Deshamrita, all written by Rupa Goswami. We finish this. Rupa Anuga. So we are called as Rupa Anugas. Rupa means Srila Rupa Goswami. Anuga means followers. Okay, we are Rupa Anuga. Anuga means we are following Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Anuga, follower of Sri Rupa Goswami. So we are called Rupa Anugas. Anuga means following, following the footsteps of Sri Rupa Goswami. So as the Rupa Goswami is following his predecessor, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so we have to follow our predecessors. Then we will be successful. So Prabhupada says in Nectar of Devotion, Namaste Gauravani Sri Murte Denatarini Rupanuga Viruddha Pasiddhanta Vante Hari. So Rupanuga, correct? The philosophers who follows the teachings of Sri Rupa Goswami, Viruddha, against, Apasiddhanta, one other statement, Vanta, the darkness of Hari, removing. Here it said, because Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was Rupanuga, Prabhupada is following him. So, and therefore Krishna consciousness is conducted under the direct supervision of Sri Rupa Goswami. Okay, so actually, Prabhupada says it's Rupa Goswami who's actually taking care of all of us. Okay, so what was Prabhupada's intent in writing this Nectar of Instruction and translating this? So Rupa Goswami was the leader of all the Goswamis. And to guide our activities, he had written Upadeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction to follow. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left behind the 8 verses called Shishtashtaka, Rupa Goswami gave us Upadeshamrita so that we may become pure Vaishnavas. Okay. So once one Mataji, she was not learning Shishtashtaka. She was like, why should we learn that Shishtashtaka? It's of not much use, that this. So then another senior devotee said, these are the only 8 verses which Mahaprabhu left for us. Mahaprabhu, who's Krishna himself, didn't write any other book. Like Krishna gave us Bhagavad Gita, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't write any book. Actually, he wrote a book, but does anyone know what happened to that book? No? Okay. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wrote, yes, Ratnangi Mataji knows?
No, Mataji.
Okay. So, he wrote a book. It's about grammar. Okay. So, when Mahaprabhu means he is Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, so nothing can be wrong in that book. So, Mahaprabhu wrote a nice book on grammar and all that as Nimai Pandit. And when he was going with his friend in a boat in Ganges, he showed that book to his friend. See, I wrote a book, I'm going to publish it. So when his friend saw that, the friend was so upset, and Mahaprabhu asked, what happened? And the friend said, no, I also wrote a similar kind of book. Now everyone will read your book. Nobody will read my book. So I'm feeling upset about it. So immediately Mahaprabhu took that book and threw it into Ganges and said, I don't want to write anything on grammar, but I have to write on Krishna. I want to write on devotional service. So he destroyed that book and he wrote these 8 verses. Jaito Tarpana Marjanam, all that 8 verses. And that's the only 8 verses written by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when that Mataji came to know that, yes, the importance of Shishtashtaka, she's like, I have to by heart it. Within 2 days, she by hearted and with the meaning. And every day, actually, we chant every day before the 10 offenses. After the Tulsi Arati, we sit and chant Shishtashtaka. Okay. So because that is the 8 verses left by Mahaprabhu. Similarly, Rupa Goswami has left Nectar of Instructions for us. So everyone within this material world is engrossed in mode of passion and ignorance. One must promote himself to the platform of goodness, Sattva-guna, following the instructions of Sri Rupa Goswami. And then everything concerning how to make further progress will be revealed. A follower of Krishna consciousness movement should become a perfect Goswami. Means unless one controls his senses and mind, one cannot become a Goswami. So otherwise, we become what? The opposite of Goswami is
Bodasa.
Odasa. That means who become the servant of the senses. We have to make our senses the servant. To achieve the highest success in life by becoming Goswami and then a pure devotee of the Lord, one must follow the instructions of Upadeshamrita. But it's very, very difficult practically to apply because we all have a lot of anarthas in us. And it'll come once in a while, it comes out. But then that purification should go on. So Sri Rupa Goswami was the leader, right? I think we finished. So nectar of the instruction has come out very nicely, and it's very important. Prabhupada says that we must immediately read all the devotees, because you cannot give, when you, especially when you do book distribution or when you want to gift somebody books, never give nectar of devotion, nectar of instruction, and issue of instruction, because these three books are only for devotees. That's why this is introduced in level 3. Like level 1, you do introduction to Bhagavad Gita, that's an overview. Then level 2, you go advanced study of Bhagavad Gita. Then in level 3 only we take you through this books. That also I feel it's better to do it later. That's why in Bhakti Shastri, first we teach you Bhagavad Gita. Once you get used to it, and many will join for Bhakti Shastri. But as Navishta Prabhu says, all jokers will leave. In the sense, they just come for a show. They're not serious. Serious are those devotees who stay till the end of the course. Might be your intention is to get the certificate for your Brahmanic initiation, whatever it is. At least you stay, you be there for the course and do the course. That's a kind of a commitment you do. Or that's an austerity you take. And that please Srila Prabhupada, because you're studying the scriptures. And so we'll see in first module, some people will leave. Second module again, third module. So you finish the whole Bhagavad Gita, we know who's serious, who stays. Then we introduce a nectar of devotion, which is a little hard. But again, you go through all that, then you stay for nectar of instruction. And then Ishopanishad is the last book to learn, because that's for a devotee. So give these 3 books only for a practicing devotee. Don't go give it to a non-devotee. They will never able to understand also, and they'll misunderstand many things. So in near future, Prabhupada says we shall introduce the Bhakti Shastri examination for second initiation. That became compulsory. Before, Bhakti Shastri was not compulsory for second initiation. Many senior devotees have taken second initiation without this. But then what happens when they are asked to preach? Like when you have a visitor in your temple and you come to know they are Brahmanic initiated, you might request them to take a Bhagavatam class or something. And if they can't quote slokas, they're not ready to take a class. Like for you now, you are all preparing. Any day you're asked for a class, immediately you can take. You don't have to even prepare, because you have read some things, and somebody who's constantly reading, constantly hearing Prabhupada, you can give class anytime. You don't even have to know the sloka number. You can read the purport and try to explain that, because that shows you're reading. So Prabhupada said that this Bhakti Shastri is compulsory to say second initiation, so that you read the required books of study and preach. It is ours as a preaching mission. Go to any other Sampradaya, you won't see much preachers there. And that's why their devotees will be less. But ours is increasing day by day, day by day. No? So anyone who reads it will immediately understand what Krishna consciousness is. That's why the books is very important. So Prabhupada says, even if the Prabhupada's disciples fight and ISKCON breaks down or something like that happens, BBT will go on, because Prabhupada made the Bhakti Vedanta book trust a separate trust, not getting money from ISKCON. They have separate money and things like that. Prabhupada's like, my books printing and go on. Even ISKCON is not successful, the printing and goes on, and anybody who receives that book can become devotee. So Prabhupada was so intelligent to make the BBT separate, so that he want to distribute more and more books and make them understand what Krishna consciousness is. This was a letter by Srila Prabhupada to Radha Vallabha. Okay, so Upadeshamrita, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says this is how the Upadeshamrita is divided, the 11 slokas. Text 1 is about the symptoms of a Madhyamadhikari. Text 2 to 4 is about Madhyamadhikari's external devotional practice. 5 to 8 about Madhyamadhikari's internal vision. And 9 to 11, the order of worshipable places. You just have to know this, not much important. Okay, so this is what we're going to discuss. Okay, in lesson 1, we'll see the controlling the 6 urges by Krishna consciousness. Like how do we control these 6 things? Vacho vekam manasa krodho vekam jihva vekam mudra basta vekam eta vekanyo vishnupita dira sarvam abhimam prithivim sashishya. Somebody who's a pure devotee. Okay, it's for pure devotees, not like us. We are all kanishtas, we are neophytes, we are just in the process of doing it. But pure devotees, you can take the example of Srila Prabhupada. The first sloka is about them, that how they can make prithivim sashishya, about disciples all over the world. They can make if they can control the 6 urges. And the 2 and 3 will take together because it's related. The 6 favorable and unfavorable things for devotional service. 6 favorable will be Utsaha Nishya Dhairya Tattat Karma Pravartana Sangatyada Sadovritti Shadvir Bhakti Prasiddhi, enthusiasm and confidence and all that things which will help us to move forward in Bhakti. Okay, unfavorable will be Atyahara Prayasasya Prajalpani Magrahajana Sangasala Limsha Shadvir Bhakti Vinashati. Atyahara, you overeating, over endeavoring, having non-devotee association, all that will destroy your Bhakti. And 6 kind of loving exchange with devotees. Dadadi Pratigrihna, Guhyamakyadi Princhati, Devojati, Jaiva Shadvi, the Priti Lakshana. The 6 kind of association with devotees, giving gifts, accepting gifts, giving prasadam, accepting prasadam, revealing your mind confidentially and hearing from them. So these 4 verses very, very important from exam point of view. And then 5 to 6 verses about attitudes towards the devotees. And 7 to 11 is the highest stage and conclusion. So it's very important to know the meaning of these. Okay. So there is a very important discussion here. The Srila Prabhupada, there's a famous quotation by Srila Prabhupada in the preface of Upadeshamrita, that advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. Understood the question? Like the way, how you advance depends on the attitude of the follower, not anything else. So how is this helping you in a preaching with practical explanation? So you have to give examples from one's own practical experience, your own practice, how your advancement depends on your attitude and in your own life, and you have to substantiate and elaborate. Okay, so we'll have a quick breakout room. You got the question, all of you? After that, I'll post the attendance link. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depend upon the attitude of the follower. So from your own life, like what anything happened and how your attitude changed that and how you could advance. Something like that. Okay, related to that.
We are ready, Mataji.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna, all are back. Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, I'll take the breakout room question. I'll just go to text one. We'll finish it and then go to the breakout room. Okay, I just want to do one verse today. Vachavekam manasa krodha vekam jihva vekam udrapastha vekam etan vekanyo visheketa dhira sarvam apimam prithivim sashishya. Okay, it says a sober person can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demand, actions of anger, and urges of tongue, belly, and genitals, and is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So this is a qualification of a guru. How a guru should be? He should be able to control these three things, six things. And tongue, belly, and genitals, you can know it's in the straight line. So once you control the tongue, that is through the belly, like what we eat. That's why prasadam is very important. And then tolerate the urge to speak, the mind, action, and tongue, belly, and genitals. So these three things and six things. This person can become a guru for the whole world, or he can have disciples all over the world. So Parikshit Maharaj, in the first of the purport, did anyone read the purport? Anyone gone through?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
So it's big, no? Very big. So very big purport. Srila Prabhupada has given a very nice explanation. So many questions. Okay, just remind me to share the question bank.
Attendance.
Okay, attendance I'll share, and the question bank for nectar of instruction. So if you go through the question bank, you can see most of the questions are from this verse, first verse. And these are all some questions like Parikshit Maharaj is inquiring in Srimad Bhagavatam, like what is the best adornment? Okay, like one may know that the sinful activity is injurious for him because he actually sees that a criminal is punished by the government and rebuked by people in general, because he hears from the scriptures and learned scholars that this one is thrown into hellish condition in the next life for committing sinful acts. Nevertheless, in spite of such knowledge, one is forced to commit sin again and again, even after performing acts of atonement. Therefore, what value is there for atonement? Atonement means prayashchitta. Like you did some sin, and from Monday to Saturday you did sin, and Sunday you go to a church and confess, okay, I did this sin, and Monday again you commit the same sin. Is that best type of atonement?
No, Mataji.
So these
Useless, man.
called as what? This
Like
is
the mad
compared-
elephant.
Yeah.
Mad elephant.
Not mad elephant, an elephant who
Kunjara
takes
Shaucha.
bath in the
Sorry. Yeah.
Kunjaga Shaucha.
Yeah.
So mad elephant is Vaishnava Aparat. So
Yes.
and that's one thing. Second thing is like somebody is doing a robbery, goes to the jail, and again comes back from the jail, again does the robbery, again goes back to jail. So what kind of atonement is this? Okay, he's given the punishment in the jail so that he confess and he feel bad and he doesn't go and do the sin again. So Parikshit Maharaj is like, okay, somebody have done a sin and they do prayashchitta. Again, they do the sin. Again, they prayashchitta. No, that's not the right thing, no? So what is the right type of atonement, he's asking. So he's comparing this as Kunchaka Shaucha, somebody like an elephant taking bath in the water for a long time, okay? But then immediately goes to the sand, takes some sand and puts. So what is the use of taking bath so much? So he's like, this is not the right type of atonement. The right type of atonement or prayaschitta is, what is it? Best type of prayaschitta.
Surrendering completely to Krishna.
Yeah, that means reviving your relationship with Krishna or reviving your Krishna consciousness. That is your best type of atonement. So he's saying somebody is very alert as not to commit sinful acts, is victimized by sinful life. Again, I therefore consider this process of repeating sinning and atonement is useless. It's like bathing of an elephant. An elephant cleanses itself by taking a full bath, then throws dust over its head and body as soon as it returns to the land. So this analogy is important, that Parikshit Maharaj compares this atonement to elephant taking bath. So real solution is Krishna consciousness. Yes, when follow a regulated hygienic process, he does not fall sick. So Prabhupada says, why do you want to get infected and fall sick? Instead, and then cure. Instead, take a vaccine and get precaution, right? You should not get the disease, because going through the disease again is suffering. So better we know that we should not do sinful activities. We should have knowledge for that. Okay. So one can be gradually elevated to the standard of real knowledge or Krishna consciousness by practicing austerity and celibacy, brahmacharya, by controlling the mind, controlling the senses, by giving up one's position in charity, by being outwardly truthfully, by keeping clean, and by practicing yoga sense. However, one is fortunate enough to get the association of a pure devotee. He can easily surpass all the practices for controlling the mind by mystic yoga process simply by following the regulative principles of Krishna consciousness. That is, refraining from illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling, and by engaging in the service of the Supreme Lord under the direction of bona fide spiritual master. What bhakti is that? Doing devotional service under the bona fide spiritual master.
Vaidhi sadhana bhakti.
Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. So that's what we should do. And this easy process is being recommended by Srila Rupa Goswami. Okay. So can we think of any examples from the scriptures? And somebody doing this was doing sinful activities, then he surrendered to a guru. Who was that? So many examples.
Mrigari.
Mrigari, yes. So Mrigari was half eating animals, and then again, so that means he was doing meat eating, and then he got a guru and he started practicing. Yes, then Jagai Madai, yes, Nityananda Prabhu delivered them or got in, yes, got the mercy. Then
I don't remember the name, Mataji, but he took off his eyes because he was attracted towards prostitute.
Bilvamangal.
Yeah, Bilvamangalam. Very good. Yeah. So for him also, like his guru was Chintamani, that prostitute itself was his guru. Yes, so he accepted her as the spiritual master, and then yes, he got attracted and then took away his eyes. So that's yes. So
the prostitute Haridas Thakur Prabhuji Mataji.
Prostitute and the Haridas Thakur, like how Haridas Thakur changed her. So many examples. So can you say that this Mrigari or this Bilavamangalam Thakur or the prostitute, did they come back to the sinful life? No. Once they got the spiritual master, they followed the regulative principles, they chanted the holy name, and they went into devotional service. They never came back. Even Ajamala, for that matter, he didn't accept a guru as such, but then he accepted the holy name, the Nama Prabhu, the holy name as his guru, and then he didn't come back. He got a second chance. So you can, he never went to the way the prostitute again. So we can have a fall down, we can do sinful activities, but that doesn't mean we do it again. Like, we can ask forgiveness and move on, but we should not do it again. That becomes what offense to the holy name? Which offense is that?
Bhasha Aparad?
No, number.
10 offenses.
The 10 offense, which offense is that? Nobody knows. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name. Seventh offense.
Yes.
Okay. So Vacho Vekam. So here it is said. So that means, oh, I'm chanting Hare Krishna, so I can do any sinful activities. No. So once Prabhupada was saying, like, you chant 16 rounds and then do whatever you want. After chanting 16 rounds, you won't feel like doing anything sinful. So Prabhupada's like, chanting Hare Krishna and doing sinful activities, that will not work. Like you chant Hare Krishna and go somewhere outside and have non-veg. it doesn't have any effect in the sense in case it is nama aparad. Now you're doing aparad through the holy name. The holy name will not reveal, or you are actually breaking the four regulative principle. That process will not work, or advancement will not happen. In fact, it becomes an aparad again. So controlling the urge to speak, the positive process of Krishna, Katha, engaging the speaking process in glorifying the Supreme Lord, that should be done. The tongue can be thus glorify the name, form, quality, pastime of the Lord. Nama, Rupa, Kudalila. The preacher of Krishna Katha is always beyond the clutches of death. This is the significance of controlling the urge to speak. So always we should speak about Krishna Katha. That's the best thing. Or chant the holy name, form, quality, and pastime. Okay. So when we do that, then what happens is the words which does not describe the glories of the Lord and who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe is considered by saintly persons to be like the place of pilgrimage for crows. Since the all perfect persons are inhabitants of the transcendental, they do not derive any pleasures there. So the crows, they'll be say in the filthy place, no? Wherever there is waste and all that. So it is said somebody who is not glorifying Krishna is like a place for the crows, but who's glorifying the Lord becomes like a swan who differentiates milk from water. So it is said, Shrinvandi Gayandi Tatpag Visargo Janadaga Viplavo Yasmin Pratishlokam Apatyavantya Pinamanyananta Sesho Ankitaniya Shrinvandi Gayandi Granandi Sadava. So again, Bhagavatam says this literature of Bhagavatam, it's fully on transcendental glories of name, form, quality, pastime of the Lord. Right? So this pastime should be heard, sung, and accepted. Shrinvanti Gayandi Granandi. You should always hear it and repeat it. And so in that way, what happens? Our tongues get controlled. Sevan Mukhi Jihvado Swayamavasvara. First, our service should start with the tongue, chanting the holy name and having Krishna Prasad. And Manovegam, controlling the restless, flicking mind. If Krishna is present in the mind, then there's no possibility of minds getting agitated by Maya. The yogi process of negating all material thoughts will not try to create a vacuum in the mind is artificial. The vacuum will not remain. However, if one always think of Krishna and how to serve Krishna best, one's mind will naturally be controlled. So we should always think, okay, tomorrow what better bhoga I can make for the Lord, or prasadam can I make, or tomorrow what garlands can I make, how can I serve the Lord, how better I can chant to my japa, how better well I can get up at Brahma Muhurta. So this service attitude should be there. Like we should always think about that. Then your mind becomes controlled. Example often quoted by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada confess the mind to what? Or the senses to the? Does anyone know?
Serpents.
Serpents, yes. There's a very usual example which Prabhupada takes to the serpents. And for a devotee, the serpent's poisonous teeth is taken away.
Without
So
teeth.
the mind will be controlled. Yes. The anger. One cannot stop anger altogether, but if we simply become angry with those who have blasphemed the Lord and the devotees, we control our anger in Krishna consciousness. So that can be done. Like any example, one is Hanumanji burning Lanka. Any other example where transcendental anger it came out? Arjuna. So these two again, it's a Bhakti Shastri question. Like the anger being used in a transcendental plan. Like Hanuman's tail was on fire. He was so angry, but he went to the Lanka and burned the whole Lanka and saved Mother Sita. So that is transcendental use of his anger. Then Arjuna was so angry and he used that anger to his in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. And also Prabhupada met in Pennsylvania when he went in the initial days. So he met a professor, okay, and he had a discussion. There also Prabhupada's transcendental anger were used. Okay. So controlling the demands of the tongue, belly, okay, udaram, jihva and udaram, tongue and belly. So that is controlled by Krishna Prasadam. One should not allow the tongue to eat according to its own choice, but should control the tongue by supplying prasadam. One should take prasadam at scheduled times and should not eat in restaurants or sweetmeats shops simply to satisfy the whims of the tongue and the belly. Vishaira anna kaya dushtahaya mana. So eating for sense gratification includes the use of extra quantity of spices like chili, tamarind, should be given up by Krishna conscious person, because that becomes which guna?
Rajoguna.
It becomes Rajoguna. Okay. Because too much of chili and spices, what does it cause? When there is too
Passion.
much spices?
Passion.
Yeah, so it greed and there's a lot of disease also because of that. Yes. Did I post attendance link? No.
No, Mataji.
Okay, I'll just share it. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also taught us to avoid very palatable dishes even while eating prasadam. If we offer palatable dishes to the deities with intention of eating such nice food, then we are trying to satisfy the demands of the tongue. But there was one Mataji like that. She likes to eat paneer. She likes to eat such nice paratas. Then then it's offered to the Lord and it's taken. But again, it becomes sense gratification. Because whatever we like, if we offer, that becomes sense gratification. That's what Prabhupada says. But we should offer what Krishna likes. Yes, Krishna likes paneer. Krishna likes milk dishes. We can offer that and then take. If we accept the invitation of a rich man with the idea of receiving the palatable food, we are also trying to satisfy the demands of the tongue. If we observe fasting days like Ekadashi and Janmashtami, we can abstain from the demands of the belly. So such fasting will help us to control. Okay. And also it is said Krishna Krishna says, Dharma aviruddha kamasmi. Right? Even we can have Krishna conscious children, not for just like begetting children like cats and dogs, Krishna says. Prabhupada says. In a similar manner, the urges of genitals, the sex impulse can be controlled when not used unnecessarily. The genitals should be used to beget Krishna conscious child, otherwise they should not be used. Krishna conscious movement encourage marriages not for the satisfaction of genitals, but to beget Krishna conscious children. Otherwise, how will Vaishnavas come, or how will a devotee get a chance to continue his devotional service? No, because they have to be born as the child of a devotee. So Prabhupada says it's very important to have Krishna conscious children. Many such Krishna conscious children are required, and one who is capable of bringing forth Krishna conscious offspring is allowed to use his genitals. Srila Bhakti Saraswati also talks on this. He says, a material and patient creates three kinds of urges. That is urge to speak, urge on demand of the mind and the body. When living in tea, fall victim to these three types of urge, then life becomes inauspicious. One who practice resisting these demands or urges is called tapasvi, or one who practice austerity. By such tapasya, one can overcome victimization by the material energy and external potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so we finished one. This will take later. One breakout room, so you can all discuss that. The advancement of in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. Okay, who's speaking from room number 1?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Dandavat Pranam. So what we've discussed is about the attitude of surrenderance and giving up the attitude of ego. We've spoken about multiple examples that we were brought up since our childhood to believe various forms of the Lords. Or for that matter, we were taught that there are so many deities, so many lords, but then, it is after coming into Krishna consciousness, that's when we realize that the ultimate Lord is just one. Apart from that, we've also discussed that, what we teach in the IDC courses, the attitude of being a fool in front of a guru. Only then the true spiritual scriptures will be revealed by the Guru Maharaj. And only then we advance in Krishna consciousness. Unless and until you become a fool, even if you know everything, you might know everything, but still the attitude has to be of a fool, like His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada says, that unless and until you become a fool in front of your spiritual master, you will not gain the the knowledge. So the attitude of being a fool in front of Guru Maharaj and the attitude of surrenderance will only help us in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So that again, was that even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru said that, right?
Yes.
So Ishwarapuri. So that is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru also said that be a fool. You are a fool and you can't study Vedanta Sutra, so chant Hare Krishna. There also Prabhupada says, yes, It doesn't mean Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is full. He's been the scholar, or he was Nimai Pandit, or he's Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. He knows everything. But that should be the attitude, like being a fool in front of the spiritual master, not like I know everything. No, not like that. So whenever the Guru says something, we should hear it in a proper attitude. Okay, that will help us to advance. Okay. The second room. So I post
Hare
the
Krishna,
attendance link.
Mataji.
You can try to fill. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So regarding one's attitude, first of all, if one is interested in advancement only, he can definitely advance in Krishna consciousness. So the interest and the inquisitive nature must be really important. As how Prabhu said, one should become fool before a spiritual master. Whatever the bona fide spiritual master says, we have to obey that blindly. Whatever it is, one must obey the orders of the spiritual master, and one must have a strong faith. He should be practicing the Krishna conscious activities daily, and in addition to that, one's mind should be free from ego particularly, and in addition to that, he must have a submissive nature, like how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells in Shikshastakam, Trinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sakrishnata. One must be humble than a grass and tolerant than a tree. And in addition to that, we have also discussed that whenever one is trying to advance in Krishna consciousness, or whenever one is trying to do bhakti, one must go step by step, not directly to a higher level, because sometimes while reading, sometimes we may not be able to continue it, or sometimes even we may not able to digest what we are reading, because the nature of acceptance might not develop in that personality. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Yes. So it's very important that we have a good attitude, like not like upset when it happens when we advance in devotional service, that small things happen, and there'll be senior Vaishnavas who correct us and try to involve us more into service. So we should understand that that is for our good, and we should move forward, not like sometimes now my friend was saying that something happens in the temple and then we don't go for 1 month to the temple, or in the sense you're not able to take it in a right attitude. The senior devotees are trying to correct you in every possible way, but then if you're not able to take it, then that is our mistake. So but then that should be in a good attitude. The advancement really depends on that. Like another Mataji was saying that someone keeps many devotees become so envious of her because of so many things, and as she advances, because some will advance faster. That's because they have done devotional service in previous life. What can we do for that? Well, you should not be jealous. You should feel that, let me also do better. So not comparing, but better than myself. Like how I was doing last week, I'll do better this week. Not something like that. Yesterday, how was my japa? Today, I'll do better japa. So the comparison should be with ourselves. So then another Mataji said, like if there is a mango tree and a lot of mangoes, then people will definitely throw stones at it because they want that mango, or because they are seeing so much fruits in it. So, but if there is a mango tree without any fruit, nobody will mind it. Nobody will bother to throw stones at it. So it's because you have some good qualities or some good things which makes you fortunate. People are not able to accept it because they're envious, but it's mainly because of the Ajnata Sukritis in previous life. So many Sukritis. So we are all so fortunate to come under Srila Prabhupada, come under Sri Rupa Goswami and learn all this. Okay. So next week I will take, the 17th, I will take the next 2 slokas. The 6 things which help us to advance, and 6 things which help us to win, which makes us fall down in devotional service. Okay. So in the 4th sloka, these slokas need more explanations, and rest after that 5, 6, 7, 8 we can go faster. First 4 slokas need to be studied carefully. Okay. Hare Krishna. Any questions? Anything to add? Good feedback.
Mataji, the 4 shlokas, if you will record and post,
Yes,
then we
yes,
can
I
practice accordingly. And then the question bank also.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So Mataji, this nectar of instruction, how many weeks we will need?
I think 4 or 5 weeks we can do. We finish.
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare
Ah,
Krishna.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
Mataji.
Mataji, today,
Attendance.
I've posted Prabhu Ramnajan Prabhu. Already posted. Yes, Prabhu. Dikshit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, today randomly when I was doing some studying
Can
in the
you post
morning
it
time.
again?
Yeah, why you were not in the class?
No, I was there, but my net was disturbing.
Because last time also you asked the same thing. Next time it will not be posted, Prabhu. Only once it will be posted.
Okay, Mataji, no problem. Okay.
Yes, Dikshit Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, today morning when I was studying randomly, whether a question came in my mind whether can we offer fig to the Lord, because when I saw that in figs, wasps die in some wasps, they die inside the fig and they release some enzyme. So it's a kind of tamsic or ratsic nature. So like that, I thought something like that. So I had query on it, and the thing is that I offered figs to the Lord twice, in I hope before 3-4 months.
Okay.
So whether can we offer it, can we intake it or not, Mataji?
See, actually, all the fruits it is said it's sattvagun because the fruits are natural prasadam in the sense it need not be cooked. If they are vegetables, it has to be cooked, but fruits are naturally occurring. That means appearing. That means it's by the Lord. So, and Krishna says patram pushpam phalam toyam. He didn't say which phala. Actually, it is said it should be tasteful and it should be good. All the fruits can be offered. They don't say, but in vegetables they say mushroom should not be offered, onion, garlic should not be offered. No, it has. But fruits, there is nothing like that said. This should not be offered. This should not be offered. So it can be, but once it's, we should see whether like if we go too much into details, then there'll be so many things we cannot offer. So fruits can be offered. So fig also can be offered, but sometimes because after offering definitely it doesn't go to any. It will become Shuddha Sattvagun. It's offered to the Lord. And all fruits are naturally offered to the Lord, actually. Any seasonal fruit has to be offered. Seems if it becomes offense, like if it's mango season, and if we don't offer mango to the Lord, it becomes an offense from our side. So it is said that whichever season the seasonal fruits come, that has to be offered to the Lord. So in that way, it can be offered. But yes, too much scientifically if we go, that's called Niyamagraha. Next, we'll see next week. That is one more way of telling, like too much attached to the rules and too much neglecting the rules. That also will. So you can fresh ones you can offer, Prabhu. Might be the decaying ones you don't offer. If it
The
is
dried
not-
ones, Mataji, what we get on the store.
Yeah, that can be offered. Like sometimes I've seen devotees offering. Nothing wrong.
Okay, Mataji. Hare.
Hi,
This
Krishna,
is
everyone.
obvious
You
question.
can stop.
Mataji, once can I ask?
Prabhu.
It always comes to my mind whenever cooking for Lord, whether it is my choice or Lord's choice. It's always a confusion, and
Yeah.
I could not
See,
find out whether it
No,
is
sometimes
my.
what happens, for example, like evening menu was puris, but then what happened? Devotees were not able to take it because so much of oil and it's in the night prasadam. If they have that heavy, they cannot get up for Mangalarti. So what happened? We saw many puris were left behind, and finally you had to go to the Goshala like that. But devotees were not able to eat. In health wise, also in a pool, it has a lot of oil. So what happened? We changed the menu. We made into fulkas or some like dry chapatis. But yes, for the lords, that should be the menu. But then are we doing for sense gratification? But we should please the devotees also, no? Vaishnavas also should be pleased. And Krishna says Vaishnava service is better, much given more importance than himself. So we changed the menu. But for the devotees, and devotees were very happy with the prasadam. So if devotees are happy, Krishna is happy. So similarly, you have your family members and all that. They're also, everyone is devotees from inside. Krishna says, may not be practicing. But if they're chanting, if they are pious, definitely they are also Vaishnavas. And the prasadam offered should be given to them. So we should make something which is good for our Yeah, I mean, our budget and everything like that, and we have a separate menu. Some doesn't like much oil, some doesn't like. So we make accordingly. But for Lord, yes, it is said we should make everything rich food. But that's the temple standard, Prabhu. But at home, that's okay. It's your see. If there is a diabetic question at home, we cannot have sweet things, no, and it's offered. The person cannot take it, so they put less sugar, or they put sugar separately in Krishna's plate, something like that. They do. You can do like that, but once in a while, see that whatever Krishna likes also should be offered, and but it should not go for waste. If nobody has that at home, and it's gone for a waste, then it becomes more offense. So whatever we eat, before that we offer to Krishna. But see that when you cook, it should be like, oh, it's for Krishna. They'll take it as prasadam. It might be the dish which you like, but it's okay. We are giving it to Krishna and taking. The consciousness should change. That's the only thing. And
Hare Krishna Mataji, and regarding food, once I hope Bhavatarini Mataji, Prabhupada's sister, she used to cook in mustard oil, and she used to send to Srila Prabhupada as prasadam. And Prabhupada sometimes used to tell it is hard to digest her food because of more oil. But still, Bhavatarini Mataji used to say that if my brother want, he can even digest nails. And it is everyone should accept the Krishna Prasadam, it is told. And I hope in a conversation of Srila Prabhupada and Bob Cohen, once he mentioned that one must take at least some portion of it just because it is Krishna Prasadam.
yes. So yes, so we can, yeah, whatever it is, we have to accept whatever Krishna Prasad comes. But then Prabhupada used to have a very bad stomach pain because of that. And Pisima, he calls her Pisima with so much affection. She makes so much prasadam for Prabhupada, and Prabhupada definitely had a stomach upset because of that. And then he had to go through that suffering. Prabhupada was saying that she feed him with so much love, prasadam. But then Prabhupada had a diet after that. Because of the stroke and everything, the doctor told him to have a morning walk and then changing the menu. So in that case, yeah, sometimes we have DT kitchen separate, sannyasi kitchen separate, devotee kitchen separate. So the standard in each things is different. DT kitchen might use only ghee, they don't use oil, or here it will be different. So things like that. And second use is not done. Once oil is used, it cannot be reused in the kitchen and goes to the devotee kitchen. They use it there. So like that, so many standards in different temple. But in our house, whatever we normally cook, so we can't afford to have Raj Bhog every day at home. Whatever dishes we cook with love and affection, we give to Krishna and then take it. So home standard is fine. There's no offense unless it's offered with love and devotion. No problem. And temple standard, it's different. We have a separate menu. We should not repeat the dishes. So many things. So it's up to us. And so each temple can have each room. In the house, it's like, see that we all take Krishna Prasadam every day. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Hare